Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This should be part 3 of the bad dating judgment, which is why females are not valued. And it is probably in my nerd, why nerds are inferior series. Okay, nerds, craftsmen. What was the other one? The tall social club guy trying to seem like he's ideal or something. So, point number 13. If females do not assign human value correctly, they are not truly valued. Okay? In Proverbs it says, the tongue of the righteous is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is of little value. The heart of the wicked is of little value. What is the heart of the matter? What is the heart of the woman? Does she have the heart to obey God through me? Or is she a mere witch, a mere conformist? Just a dime a dozen Christian, Muslim, Jew, New Age, atheist, agnostic? What is she? Okay, narrow is the way to life, as it says in the Bible. Broad is the way to destruction. And there's tons and tons of groupies everywhere. So what exactly is she? Is she a hermit who's withdrawn and thrown in the towel because she doesn't have the heart to face adversity? Are they seeking first the kingdom of heaven? Or have they become a tail-tucked worm? One who slackens his work is brother to one who destroys. Proverbs 18:9. Point number 14. When females do not come into the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order, they are not truly valued. And we see this all throughout history. Look at the other orders of history. Look at Western history, for example. What were females doing during slavery? The vast majority of them. And the ones who weren't doing as much wrong as the slave owners, for example, were simply just not as wicked. But they were cheating the divine order of its right to express power over them, wittingly or otherwise, so they were doing the wrong thing. If you're backing up over a child out of negligence, or out of generational negligence, are you doing the right thing because you don't know? No, you're still doing the wrong thing. It's just unwittingly. Pretty straightforward, which goes back to point 13. If females do not assign human value correctly, they are not truly valued. When females do not scramble and obey God through me, they don't value me. Why should I value them? Why should anyone value them? You cheated the most righteous guy of his right to lead. When they shun me, you shun me for a bunch of organized rapists. Why should I value you? I'd love to hear your response. Point number 15. The don't blame the victim argument doesn't acknowledge where the victim can be blamed, and has led to females victimizing each other, like in prison, for example, which is just one of many examples, and other people as well. It was basically made to cause people to think of all females as victims so that females could prey on people with psychology and other tactics. So, in other words, there's a bunch of ferocious feminists. There's a spectrum of evil feminists. Some of them are pure evil. Okay? And not just conservative ones either. And they want you to think that females can do no wrong. If a female who gets drunk and hangs out with a bunch of horrible guys while they're plotting to rob a bank has a train run on them, is she completely absolved of guilt? What the hell were you doing with them in the first place, lady? Like, what the fuck? If that's your daughter, you're like, I don't care about that part. All I care about is she got raped. She gets raped every day hanging out with the wrong people. Are you going to still say, I don't care about none of those parts? I just care she gets victimized over and over again. That's called a dumbass. That's called a dumb fuck. Write that down. Especially if you're the type of person to say, don't blame the victim, and that's all there is to it. That's stupid. Imagine that type of person leading a woman's self-defense class. They should be flogged to death. They should be slapped to death. Okay. Point number 14. Females aren't valued because they date toward the suit instead of dating with a scale of character and reality and a scale of mind, body, soul, and spirit with sabotage considered. Again, with sabotage considered. Like that when they fuel me and poison me and make it harder for me to express myself. However, in every single one of my videos, you should see that I have more character than everyone else. And when people don't see that and they don't respond accordingly, we don't value them. We say, what kind of a dumb bitch shuns the most righteous guy that ever lived? He needs a shirt that says, I'm the most righteous guy that ever lived. He needs to take him captive and explain it to him for 10 years. I mean, what the hell do they need? If they're that dumb, how can we value them? If you're not mildly retarded or more, what excuse do you have? You're just so selfish that you didn't bother to notice the difference between people? That's despicable. Okay. Point number 15. Females are not valued because when they have nice clothes on and have the looks to match, they are almost always materialistic, which causes them to be objectified. So they're like, okay, so every time you look like a hot chick in some kind of fancy dress, some kind of elegant outfit, or some kind of nice corporate outfit, female pants, for example, that matches the outfit, some kind of corporate look that looks classy or more professional or whatever, that you're always a dumb bitch who self-objectifies herself and scrambles to find her place in the New World Order and throws the good guy under the bus, and I'm supposed to respect it? And other chicks are looking up to you. Wow, she's so successful. She's my hero. I'm supposed to respect them? What the fuck? No wonder you're going to hell with that bullshit. I was going to say you can go to hell with that bullshit, but you're already going to hell with that bullshit. Point number 16. Females are not valued because they let the corporate females dominate the discussions of females' roles and worth. Now, all males but me have a similar problem, except for it's males from the corporate and social club and governing class groupings that dominate the discussions for the most part. Almost entirely, really. Point number 17. Females aren't valued because they cheat me out of my right to lead, which is important, as only through me do females cultivate true value. Now think about it. Again, going back to the example of a baby. If you're running over a baby unwittingly, and someone says, hey, you're running over a baby unwittingly, okay? And you're like, so what? I'm a feminist. Should they value you or should they fucking want to kill you? Now you're running over all the children on the planet put together when I point out that I'm the one who has established my right to lead in righteousness and justice and true life principles. And you're like, so what? I'm already part of a movement, thank you. And you're just throwing everybody under the bus. And when we see a huge population sampling, like someone who's made videos for 15 years, okay, started making videos in 2009. Thousands and thousands of people have seen my videos or comments. I've commented on their videos, what have you. And it never fails. Every single last female, especially if they're attractive. They're snobs when they're attractive, almost always, especially when they're attractive. They refuse to give me my right to lead. I don't value the males who don't give me my right to lead, except for my father, who's blameless because he brought me into the world in that way. And I don't value the females who don't give me my right to lead. And people know that the idea of the ideal man trying to reason with females existed at some point, whether it's now or before, they know that. And obviously it's now. And they know how they would respond. Like that philosopher said, if the righteous man was to come into the world, he'd be put on a pole in the middle of town for all to see. It was Plato. I saw that in a movie. Someone said at one point, right? The righteous man was to try to reason with women about how to truly live a fulfilling life and how to truly have value. They would shun him. They would reject him. And they'd run right toward the rapist while he's snickering and half the time raping their kids, so to speak. Thank you.